stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, everybody. Everybody's admitted, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Can they see me?
Oh, we have to pin. Hold on a sec. And then maybe I'll change my name.
Bev, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, thank you. We just want to make sure everybody can hear.
All right, I'm gonna get rid of the waiting.
Having our IT department work on some details.
All right, good to go.
All right. Okay, we're gonna, so the cemetery department, they are not able to meet tonight because there were some changes to their budget. So they're revisiting that. Same with the parks department budget. They're gonna revisit that. We'll have them at our next meeting, correct?
24th.
The 24th, okay. We have the veterans budget. We're gonna push that down a little bit because we still have a member from Veterans Council that is trying to get here right now. So we'll do the tax assessor budget and pay scale, okay?
Assessor or collector?
Sorry, collector.
Yeah,
I'm
you-
sorry, I put
You said
assessor.
tax assessor,
Yeah, I meant collector.
What
tax
I mean-
collector budget. So, come on up.
Yeah. Come on, yes. All right, so a couple increases in here.
If you can sit right up here.
Oh,
Tell us
We
who
got
you
a
are.
table for you.
wow, I wasn't dressed for this. Ooh, new chair.
And please state your name and your department.
My name is Carrie Schmidt. I am the collector of taxes for the town of Warren.
Thank you.
We have a couple of increases here. The first is, in order here, is to my salary line, $1,500, which just reflects a 3% cost of living increase. The next one is on the clerical salary, and that's per the new wage scale. That's to bring him up to $17.23 an hour from $15.66. And the third increase is to my expenses line. I always try to bring it up a little bit to cover any potential increases in my software cost. And apparently, the Postal Service is going to start increasing postage twice a year, every year. That's one of my biggest expenses is postage in there.
Okay.
And so those are the things that are reflected in that line, the postage and the possible increase for forms and stuff. There are like regular costs that I have every year that creep up,
Okay.
so.
Pretty simple. Do you have any questions?
No, I don't think so. It looks good. Yeah.
I'm good. Looks good.
Wonderful.
No issues.
Thank you very much.
Simple enough. I wish they were all this easy.
Yeah.
I only have a few lines here. It's
Yeah,
pretty
you're.
specific.
All right, very good.
Great, thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, so we're good. Tax collector's office. All right. So fire department, revisit pay scale. There's some questions with the pay scale on that one. Chief, come on up.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Adam Lavoy, Fire Chief. Basically here this evening to see if the selectmen might think about revisiting the starting wage scale for full-time firefighter EMTs. Myself and the highway department had come in, we were the first ones to go and present with our budgets. We had come in with a $3 per hour raise based on some of the majority of the surrounding towns and communities around us. you know, as other negotiations have played out and stuff, I wanted to advocate for them a little bit more, given especially what they've been through in the last couple of years, dealing with, you know, very sick people and being on the front lines there. I was hoping the board might be, you know, might look at giving them an additional $1, bringing it to a total of $4 per hour, which would actually put them right in the average of where the salaries lie. They're still a little bit on the low side on there, and it would just make it slightly more competitive and give them a little bit of, you know, give us a little bit of extra retention power, you know, for these revolving doors that we've been continuing to see each year. Unfortunately, these our last full-time position, there's 5 of us that are full-time, and myself included. The last full-time position we've had, we just lost so many of them due to pay. So I was just hoping that, you know, we could have that discussion and see if we can't get the board's support to maybe look at increasing that just slightly.
Okay. And what towns did you look at comparable?
We
to
can-
come up with your rate.
Yeah, we compared it to Ware, Hamden, Palmer, Munson, Paxton, Sturbridge, Belchertown, Spencer, Southbridge, Rutland, Charlton, Dudley, Uxbridge, Wilbraham, and Barry were the comparative towns in there. Obviously, there are some on the high end, and we don't expect to be on the high end. That's just not what Warren can afford, and we know that going in. However, you know, this would put us right kind of smack dab in the average of where it would be. So, you know, and that's advantageous for us because that, you know, most people aren't going to jump ship and change a whole town and everything like that for 10 cents. You know, they're going to do it if it's $3 or $4. You know, they're going to definitely do that. But this, I think, would be a very competitive wage and allow us to retain the employees that we've been losing left and right every year.
Okay. And have you added up what that would be with the extra $1?
I just wanted to have the conversation first. I mean, yes, I have a general ballpark, and I can give that to Karen tomorrow. I just wanted to have the conversation first with the board to see if they were even willing to have the, you know, an agreement that we could be in that place.
So that would bring you.
Yeah, it would basically start
Minimum of 2055
to 2155.
2155
Correct.
for minimum.
Yes, and I can resubmit that, and there was one other budgetary thing I wanted to discuss with the board this evening, real quick, once we had this discussion.
So EMT firefighter, but not EMT training.
We bring it all up. We bring both of those up, just to make it a little more competitive. I mean, my
So
most
the
important thing,
1821 for training.
yes.
Okay.
Yes, that would I definitely want to make sure that the full-time EMT firefighter one gets adjusted. I can live with the other one, but I mean, I'd like to ideally bring them both up by $1, and make it a $4 increase across the board.
Okay. Do you have any questions?
No.
And I will certainly resubmit those exact numbers tomorrow. I just didn't want to do that until I got a consensus of the board or whether or not they would entertain that.
Okay. And again, you guys are having issues with the hiring and people potentially leaving. You know, this has been something that's been going on for a little while. Warren has basically turned into a training facility for departments because we get good people on. They can't afford to live here because they can make much more money town or two over. And we're basically sending them academies, training them, and they give us a year, maybe 2,
Yep.
and then they leave. The only way we retain people is to pay them a reasonable a reasonable rate to keep them within the town. We've spent all the money, dedicated the time, and I think it's money well worth spent. And we are working things to make sure that these costs aren't passed on to the taxpayers through agreements with local businesses and stuff that come into town. And that would help offset these costs of any increase. So anybody that's out there, you know, this is definitely needed within the community because it's been a long time since you guys received a fair wage. Same thing with police department and many other departments.
I agree. We appreciate that. I mean, unfortunately, we have just been so far behind forever. It's a long time coming. I mean, we were $3+ off of the nearest, closest community. I mean, it just, you can't compete that way. You can't.
No, no. You can't expect people to stay with families, and with everybody's costs going up. You know, gas keeps on going up for everybody along with everything else, so, I think it's reasonable.
Yeah.
So, we'll wait for Derek to get in here too, so he can give his opinion, so.
Everything back.
Hey, how's it going, Derek?
Hey, Derek.
Hello, Chief. You got anything there?
Yeah, we're already set, so all we gotta do is, unless it's fine there.
It actually looks okay.
Yeah, it seems
It
pretty level
adjusts
with
itself.
everybody. Yeah. No, everybody's pretty centered in there, so I think we're good.
If
Looks
you want,
good.
you can put this extension, so it's not that high, but
Oh, for what is this for?
for the wire that goes to the camera.
Oh, this
So,
thing?
I wouldn't unplug it right now because we're already in a meeting. So
Yeah.
That's true.
so I would just leave it.
Yep.
All right. I don't think we need to tripod now. So, Derek, what Chief Lavoy has brought to us is, he's looking to get $1 more, for $1 more an hour for his firefighters, and EMTs to be able to bring it up to a even rate of what, other towns equivalent to us are making. Not above, but just kind of bring us in the average range. When he first presented, he didn't know that we would, basically address the issue to make it fair for them. So he kind of lowballed his price.
Yeah, I mean, we were kind of like the first ones to go, like I said, and, you know, we came in with what we thought was reasonable, and it is, but, you know, just given some of the other negotiations that are going on and other pay raises that we've, you know, seen, I just want to make sure I'm advocating for my people enough that they know that we're there. I just don't want them to, you know, to feel good about getting a raise, but also still be at the bottom. You know what I mean? And that's kind of where it is. And like I said, I know what they've been through in the last 2 years. I know the calls they've gone on. I know the risks they've taken and everything too. So it's far and away worth it for them. And it would be a real shot in the arm for us for retaining, you know, employees going forward. This will put us basically at the average of all the communities I had originally done the study for. And it would put us kind of smack dab in the middle of what that average is. And like I said to the chairman, you know, people aren't going to leave if it's only a 10 or 15 cent raise going to another town, but they are going to leave if it's $2, $3, $4, you know. So this would allow us to, you know, by going $4 per hour proposed raise, this would allow us to really make a big dent and catch up for so many years of being behind the 8 ball, unfortunately.
Well, Chief, you know I support all of you guys. You do a tremendous work. You're asking for $1 more.
That's correct.
I wish we could give you 2 or 3 more.
I know, and we're not asking
You
that.
know how I think.
I know.
If we can, I don't know if you're taking decisions yet or not.
No, we're just discussing it right now, and we're talking about it. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm good with it.
Yeah, if it's in the middle average of everything,
Yeah.
I think that's a good spot to be.
Yep.
And I want residents to know, we're not making anybody rich here. We're just bringing people where they are in the medium, or bringing them up to where they should be. Nobody is walking away from this town
Yeah.
buying properties in
No, it's-
Cayman Islands or anything.
Nice
They
car.
are still,
And I want to reiterate that. I mean, we're not here, the last thing we want to appear is greedy or anything like
No.
that. I mean, the wage that's being asked for is the wages that other towns are paying. You know, that's as simple as that. We're not asking to be $5 above that. We're asking to be where other towns already are. That's kind of where the numbers are.
and we have to kind of come up with that and meet with the times. If not, we're gonna lose people. And we've been seeing that happen. And we need to kind of plug that so we can retain the people that we have here and keep the good people that have been taking care of us. So,
Thank you.
Again, I'm good with it. You
Mhm.
good with it?
Yeah.
Derek?
Yeah, I wish we could give you
Derek
more.
wants to
and-
give you another
and-
$100.
and be at 12,
We're
the
happy.
average.
No, they're happy. We're good. This will be a good shot in the arm for all of them, and you know, it'll be an increase where, you know, that they'll be happy going forward. They'll know they're making what they're worth, especially comparative to other towns, so.
Very good. All right, so we're good with that. What else?
And the only other thing I wanted to discuss, because we didn't, we had talked about using the ARPA funds for the radio infrastructure program. I just wanted to, we haven't got those final numbers back. They should be back anytime now. Had some email exchanges today. I'm very optimistic and positive that this is gonna work out well for us. When I prepared the budget, we hadn't had that discussion you know, about the ARPA funds yet. I just wanted the board's guidance a little bit on, I'm assuming there's gonna be a monthly fee like the police have. I believe it's 400 something a month you have, so I'm anticipating that that's gonna happen for us when we go up on Coy Hill. So I can wait until those final numbers come back if the board would like that and be kind of exact, or we can build that into the budget now, knowing that there will be something coming. I just wanted to know what the board would like me to do with that, and just maybe table it until we finally get those numbers, or anticipate the same fee that the police are currently paying now.
Well, have you talked to them up there?
They're gonna, I'm sure they're gonna, I've had a preliminary conversation with them, but they have not committed to anything until they see the proposal. So until I get that, they will not really say that, but they have said that they will be charging a fee. So I'm assuming it's going to mirror what the police are currently being charged up there.
Well, that's kind of sketchy to say, because they could say anything, you know. I know that the police are being charged a fee, but with everything going up, they may turn around and say, you know,
And that may
"We
happen.
double what they're getting."
I guess I would just say to the board that I think maybe both of our budgets might change a little bit, considering how this project builds out. So I'm fine with sitting on it and just letting the board know that we may have to have another discussion for an additional line item, or adding it into our expense account going forward when we have this information coming to us in the next couple weeks.
And when do you think you can get that now?
I'm
Within a couple weeks?
I'm pushing them. I know we gotta get it before the end of March, so we're trying to do it.
Yeah,
What
because
they're
you
doing
get
right
all-
now
get
is.
that ARPA money.
Yes, and we're trying, believe me, we're emailing them quite frequently. They're in the process of doing their computer studies to make sure everything is gonna hit properly in line of sight, to make sure that the system's gonna function. They're running some multiple tests on different areas, including this building up here, to see where the best reception is gonna be. So we're just waiting for those computer models to come back in their proposal, but I'm optimistic it's gonna be soon. So I'm doing what we can to push it, you know, with these guys on our end. So, you know, there's just steps that they have to go through too, and do it right through their engineering departments to make sure that they got their numbers right. So, you know, we know
wanna make
there's.
sure the system works.
Yeah,
but-
we know there's a time crunch, believe me. We are working on it, and I will get it to the board just as quickly as we get it.
All right, do we have a drop dead time where we need to have that?
March 31st.
So March 31st, if we don't get it by March 31st,
I can work on that it's in process. So if I have a roundabout number, then I can put that in there. So if we're gonna put the 200,000, I can put that in there. And then just justify it when I have to.
With the next round, yeah. I think maybe that's an angle we should start working, just as a precaution, to know that
Okay.
that's gonna be allotted, that 200,000 on the top of what the town has already allotted for it. You know, and then we can revisit it with the additional funds that may come in April.
Okay.
But I will promise the board, I will get that to them just as quickly as I get it.
yeah, because
Yeah.
as frustrating as it is for you guys,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
we all want this project
Oh,
fixed.
believe me,
We
I
want
do.
fixed.
You know, we never saw this opportunity coming with ARPA funds, so I mean, this is a golden platter opportunity for us to not, you know, ask the taxpayers for any more and to get this done, but it's just unfortunate because there was a time crunch, so we're working hard to get those numbers to you.
And so the residents know that the ones that haven't been following the meetings on the radio systems for the town, dealing with police and fire, have become very unreliable over the years. And there's several spots throughout the town that communication isn't very clear at all, if any communication is available. And there's a lot of issues going on with the systems, and it's basically failing at this point. And the way the system was set up originally, we can't get parts for it. We can't do what we need to do. And with Verizon and all the phone companies not maintaining the copper lines anymore is causing additional problems, and eventually could basically take us offline completely, my understanding?
Yes, I mean,
Once they stop servicing the copper lines completely?
Yeah, the police, their system runs specifically on copper phone lines, which is not advantageous especially for public safety. So, their system is definitely outdated. Our system is certainly outdated. They're two inherently different systems in the sense that, they have a multi-site area, we have a single repeater. But the idea is to build this out so that both agencies are operating on a sister system. They're exactly the same. There's 3 receiver sites or repeater sites to basically tackle all the different topography we have in town. So the goal is to get 98 to 99% coverage by portable radio anywhere we are in town, regardless. Because right now we switch back and forth between each other's in Dyer's. If we go up to the Mass Pike in certain areas, I switch to their system because it's more reliable. If they go to certain areas, they switch to ours sometimes, or in emergencies, if they lose the phone lines, they switch to ours. So, that's certainly not ideal, and someday, I don't want to see a day where somebody pays a price because they can't get in touch with somebody. So, that's why we're trying to act on this, and again, because of the ARPA money, this has been a huge for us, because we were looking at this as another 2 years out with allotting money at town meetings and whatnot, but here we are with an opportunity where we can take that other half of money, put it together, and be shovel ready within a few months, so that's what we're hoping for.
And this project's an estimated of what, just shy of $500,000?
Yeah, right around there. The positive feedback I'm getting is they think they can do that, be well within that from the company we're looking at now, who's on the state bid list, to be able to do projects like that. So we're still working on those angles right now and waiting for that to come back, but I think that's gonna be a good number to go with that's gonna cover everything.
Okay. Yeah, and hopefully we can get this resolved, and you guys are good and safe, and you can get the communications out to each other, because that's definitely a priority.
Thank you.
And we're gonna support you guys in any way of getting this done. And hopefully we can nip a big chunk of that off with this round of ARPA, and save the taxpayers the additional fees that would be. And so everybody knows what ARPA is. I know we use that acronym quite a bit. It is the American Recovery Plan Act.
Rescue plan.
Rescue Plan Act. So, and that is money that was given by the federal government, allocated to the state, which is allocated to the municipalities, which we can utilize for things like radios, Wi-Fi, communications, things like that. COVID-19 stuff, that's when we use to purchase the COVID-19 test kits, for home test kits. So if you don't have those yet, we still have some. Get with the Board of Health, they'll get you your kits. We're giving those out for free. But that's what that money is coming from. And it's used for these purposes, things like the infrastructure for radios and stuff, the communication, so. So yeah, I think we're good, man. We just need to get those numbers.
Yep, I'm
and
working on
just-
it. We will get them to you just as soon as we get them in our hands. I promise you that. And I just want to thank the board for the support. We do very much appreciate it. Does not go unnoticed. So thank you very much. This is to me, this is one of the biggest projects that we could get done. I mean, the radio side of things has always, it's gotten increasingly worse, but from a safety standpoint, this is the single most important project that we could get done for public safety. I mean, that you can replace trucks and fire engines and cruisers all day long, but when they can't talk to each other in an emergency, that's when things really go wrong. So I mean, this is a huge project.
And the importance of having radios and that two-way communication, as we all know, one of the issues we have all through our town is cell phone signal. So you can't just sit there and say, well, can't you just call them up with your cell phone? Because the cell phones don't work in many places in the town either. So the radio communications for emergency services is very crucial. It's essential, so. Okay, Chief,
That's
do you
all
have
I have.
anything else?
Nope, that's all I have. Thank you
Okay.
for the support.
I have a question.
Yes.
So I don't understand, so what are you waiting for, numbers wise, you're waiting for total cost or for the monthly?
For total
Okay.
cost of the project and exactly what we need in terms of, the towers and the negotiation and stuff like that of exactly where we need to go. It's a total cost of the installation of the new system, and every detail that goes with that project. We have the plan, we have it, they have all the specs, they've done the studies, we've done all of that already. We're just waiting for this particular company to come back and say, we've scanned everything, we've checked it all out, everything looks good, the numbers look good, everything, the receiving sites look good, we think there'll be good communication to install it with the labor and everything else. This is the final number of what we need. So that's what we're waiting for at this point.
And but it's an estimated 500.
That was what we estimated off of previous studies we've done after looking at different things, but we asked two specific companies to come in that were both on the state bid list. They do build these projects. The procurement's already been done on it, so that you're not having to put out and propose or put out to bid these types of things. So we're looking at a couple companies that came in and do that. And the one that we're pretty interested in with the type of equipment we're looking for that has been the most proactive, they're just in the final stage of getting that proposal done for us. So we're just waiting for those numbers to come in, and we should be good to go.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah. Thank
Do you have anything, Derek?
No, I'm good, sir.
All right, well.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Chief.
Thank you.
And just get us that updated scale.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right. Okay, Becky, you are up. Veterans Council.
Veterans Council. So first of all, thank you. I
Can you
apologize
please
for.
come up in the hot seat, please?
Hot seat tonight, huh? So.
And state your name and your position.
Rebecca Sarah, the chair of the Veterans Council.
Thank you very much.
And Rich Demetrius is here too as well. He's one of the council members. So first of all, thank you. I'm sorry for running late. You know how
No.
municipal government
Yeah.
works. So.
No problem.
We touched on it briefly last week for our budget. We have a line item which is held within your budget, our line item for Memorial Day and Veterans programs. This year we applied to be a location coordinator for Wreaths Across America. That's a mouthful. And we were wondering I know it's a rather robust request, but we counted all of the flags that we pulled out of both St. Paul's and Pine Grove. We have around 560 veterans that are buried between the two cemeteries. And in order to lay a wreath, there's obviously a cost involved. They're $15 a piece, so the math comes out to $8,400. However, anybody and everybody can certainly do a sponsorship to offset that cost, but that would be worst case scenario, $8,400. But we would like to see that separate from our regular line item that we do the Memorial Day, the Purple Heart Breakfast, and different things throughout the year.
Okay. So you'd want us to create a line item on the budget, a one-time item?
Well, yeah, and we also have fundraising plans in the works to offset the cost. So.
So why wouldn't you just want to put that in your budget then? And
What,
allow
the
for
84?
it? Yeah.
Well, I'm, like it, Chief Lavoie, I don't want to be greedy.
Well, it's not being greedy, but.
No, I know it's
When
not.
asked, we could say, well, again, it's for wreaths across
Mhm.
America, and it's for this purpose, so we can address the veterans.
Yep.
And I don't think anybody in this town.
No, I
will
don't
go
think so.
against what veterans.
The town has been incredibly supportive of everything that we've done. And again, that would be worst case scenario. And I fully expect to get donations, family members, you could, Derek, Rich.
Of course.
But the program, there's different levels of sponsorship. One of the more popular ones is the buy two, get one free. It's kind of like Big Y. You buy, so for $30, you get 3 wreaths, so which is a great deal. So that would certainly offset, but in conjunction with that, we would ask that the board vote to create a gift account so we can accept donations from individuals.
Okay.
And that would, again, be specific for the wreaths to offset the cost.
Okay, you knowing better than us, we can do that?
You can do that.
All right. with your many years of experience within
You can
municipal.
do that, you can do that,
All right,
you know, and it would be earmarked for that, so.
Okay.
And right now, we have, you know, like our scholarship, there was one voted earlier, so we're keeping track of people want to donate in a loved one's memory for the scholarships that we have going at Quabog.
okay.
So, but this we want to keep separate, so,
So we want to create a line for Wreaths Across America.
as a gift account.
I think it's a good idea. If they're gonna
Absolutely.
take money in against it,
Mm-hmm,
Yeah,
donations, then it
Yeah.
it reconciles a little better.
correct,
Yeah.
yeah.
okay, I'm good with that,
you know,
absolutely.
So,
It's anything, support for the veterans.
yep,
Um,
we'll
it's
see
a
you
great
Saturday.
cause. Yes, we'll see you Saturday. We have a few flags for you,
Wonderful,
so.
that's great.
I look forward to it, and I'm probably gonna
As
be
do
bringing my
we.
kids there so
Yeah.
they can see.
I hope so, so
the
they
whole
can
thing.
participate too, that'd be
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. So,
And
I'm good. You
Yeah.
good with that?
Yeah, I'm good.
so in addition,
Yeah, I'm good.
currently our line item for the other events that we do throughout the year is $3,000. We can certainly level fund that. But tonight's pitch was really for the wreaths.
Okay.
And we are, I believe Saturday morning, we're meeting with cemetery. I did speak to the diocese and they're fine with it for St. Paul's.
Okay,
So, and that's one of the requirements that we have to do is get the approvals.
okay.
So
Very good. And whatever you need, we're here
Yeah.
to support you and the
that's
veterans.
wonderful, yeah,
So,
yeah.
um,
And
yeah,
there's this,
we'll get that done, we'll create that line item,
We have it down.
and, again, we gotta probably get with,
Article and.
yeah, get with Tammy and
so you get, yeah.
see if we can create that, gift account
So you're gonna wanna take a vote to create a gift account?
tonight?
Yep.
Okay.
No pressure.
No pressure.
Is that just friendly advice?
Yeah.
So,
All right, so I'll make a motion to create a gift account for donations to the Cemetery Commission.
No,
nope.
Veterans Council.
Veterans Council, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Second,
All in favor?
Rich, aye.
Derek Bailey's aye.
David Dufresne, aye. The motion passes unanimously. We will create the gift account for the Veterans Council.
And then to increase
And,
our budget by $8,400.
okay, we'll do that. I don't think we have to take a vote on that one.
Well, eventually, I'm sure you will, for
Yeah,
the
we'll
budget,
vote
for the
on it.
omnibus
For
budget.
the whole
Yeah.
budget, yes,
Yes.
but not for tonight.
No,
So,
no.
but yes, we've already said yes to that. We're
Yeah,
good.
okay, good.
Again, you know, it's a good cause, anything we could do for the veterans. They've sacrificed so much for us.
Absolutely.
And everything, and we have absolute respect for
Mhm.
everybody that's served
Yeah.
in whatever capacity, so.
And obviously, that $8,400 figure is, like I said, worst-case scenario, so, and I fully expect that we'll get donations, you know.
I absolutely know you'll get donations. It's, I'm sure people are looking at how they can donate right now,
Yeah.
and where they send the money to.
Right, right.
So, we could easily get that done.
And there's a very nice ceremony that will take place, I think it's December 17th this year. You know, that volunteers go out, we'll have, you know, it'll be organized, obviously, and
Are you
there'll be.
positive it's December 17th?
I'm pretty sure it is December 17th. It's like the third Saturday, I think. So there'll be a ceremony. And it's really, it's a very nice celebration. You can take it from, what do they call those, Sherry, where they lead you into town, an escort.
Yeah.
You can do that, or you can make it somber, it all depends.
I don't know how regular.
You can, yeah. So, but.
I'm sure you guys will do what's appropriate, and
Mhm.
gentlemen, I'm sure you're gonna support it in any way you can,
Absolutely. Yep.
okay?
Anything for Becky.
So,
Thank you, they've always been, police and fire have been wonderful, so,
Yeah, they're all right.
yeah. Yeah, I'm kinda sweet on them, so.
All right.
All right,
Do
and
you
thank
have
you
anything
guys
else
too.
for us?
No, you guys have been great, and, you know, hopefully we'll have a you know, a pretty decent turnout on Saturday. I'm looking forward to that, and, yeah,
Okay, very good.
yeah,
And I know we'll be there.
yeah.
I'm sure, Jim, you gonna be there?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Jim Ferrara, our new town administrator.
Oh, nice.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So,
Yeah, very good. And I also want to thank Jeremy and the rest of the highway crew. They cleaned up down at the Common, and, you know, so they've been wonderful to get this off the ground with us, so.
I know they buried the EV station
Yes.
for you.
Looks good.
Yeah.
Jeremy came in today and made a point of clarifying that he buried that station.
I know it.
Yeah, I
It was
talked to
duly
him,
noted when I saw Jeremy.
so.
Okay, do you have anything else?
No, that's it. That's it, so. Alrighty?
It's great seeing you guys again,
Thank you very
Again,
much.
you know.
becoming a habit.
I know, eh? Hey, you guys are easy to deal with. We love having you guys here, so.
Well, thank you very much.
Even Rich.
Yeah.
It's a package deal, you know.
Good with the bad.
Okay,
You're part of a lot of weird packages, aren't you?
Don't even start bringing that up.
all right, so we got appointments. All right. And,
Three of them?
yep,
Or
If not.
I think I have three.
you have Matthew Bono,
have Matthew.
and you have Terry Schmidt, and Richard.
I don't have a Carrie Schmidt. Oh, I see it.
Yeah, Terry's right here.
Double them up.
I didn't do it, that's, thank you.
Should be three of us there?
Yep. So there's two of you on one page.
Yeah.
And then the third page, there's three,
She's saving
and then the
trees.
fourth. Okay. So,
Okay,
you wanna make motions?
one at a time, or can I group them all together?
Well, I think you have to
No,
do the
different
Board of
times.
Register separate.
And then
From the ZBA.
Okay. All right. So I make a motion to appoint Clifford Rudder to a 2-year term on the Board of Registrars.
Okay.
Second,
All in favor?
Rich Ihacker, aye.
Derek Bellis, aye.
David Dufresne, aye. The motion passes unanimously. And Clifford Rutter is appointed to a 2-year term.
I make a
The Board of
motion,
Registers.
I make a motion to appoint Richard Zaporowski, Carrie Schmidt, and Matthew Bonneau to the Zoning Board of Appeals. Richard, his term will end in 2024, Carrie's will end in 2023, and Matthew's will end in 2025.
Second,
All in favor?
Rich Ihacker, aye.
Derek Bellis, aye.
David Dufresne, aye. The motion passes unanimously. And the members are appointed to the Zoning Board of Appeals.
Thank you.
You remember, not just say ZBA, Zoning Board of Appeals.
Yes, okay.
All right, so there we go. Awesome. Thank you very much for volunteering.
Oh, it's my distinct pleasure.
Okay, Rich, warrants and bills.
Okay, I make a motion to, so we're just doing bills tonight. Make a
Okay.
motion to pay the following bills. KP Law, $1,216. KP Law, $1,938. Karen Dusty, $179.39. Modern Pest Services for $92. National Grid, a credit of $19,973.72. Northeast IT, $2,223. Paul Shepherdson Electrician, $2,600. Google for $366. Easy True Value for $1098. MassCore for $2,345.
Okay.
Second.
All in favor?
Rich Ihacker, aye.
Derek Bailey's aye.
David Dufresne, aye. The motion's passed unanimously, and we're gonna pay the bills. Okay, so minutes. Do you guys have any questions about the minutes for February 24th and February 17th?
February 10th.
I have two.
Yeah, I think Derek has the 10th one.
I have 2 10s.
Yep.
So you get 2 10s?
Yeah.
I get a 17 and a 24.
I've got nothing, I'm out.
Always short in the hand, huh?
Yeah.
Do you want those, since those are yours, your name's on them, sir? Or do you wanna give me it? There we go. Cause you're openly signing the minutes.
Okay.
And you've reviewed the minutes?
I have.
Made 50,000 changes?
Oh, I did. Maybe 40.
Our editor-in-chief. Okay, so,
We have a motion.
So what was it, the dates again, the 10th?
10th,
17th,
17th,
24th.
24th.
Okay, I make a motion to accept the minutes from February 10th, 17th, and 24th.
Second.
all in favor?
Rich Ihacker, aye.
Derek Bailey's aye.
David Dufresne, aye. The motion passes and the minutes are approved. Okay. We are moving right through tonight. Okay, old business. Anybody have any old business? Rich?
No.
Derek?
I can't think of anything.
Remember the lady from the, I forget the name, with the elderly people meet?
Oh, senior
Sharon.
center.
Sharon.
Melly?
From the
Senior center.
senior center. So I talked to the company about Red Dot. She asked for a Red Dot. Yes, they will get it for free.
Okay,
So
so
that's-
red dot for the seniors for free.
Yes.
Okay, very good. And that will geolocate the senior wherever they are.
Exactly.
And identify exactly where they are if they
Yep.
need an emergency.
Yeah, if they're even at their house or doing shopping or anything and they feel like, they need medical or something, they can click on it and everybody will be notified.
Okay, very good. All right.
Karen, did you have a chance to call those guys for the signs?
I did.
Oh, this meeting's on.
That was my old business.
So-
I did, I called them, they said that they are getting ready to do it. They needed to, they will be here to us, delivered to the chief, May 1st.
That's very good. So these are the speed signs, so we can put some of those up around town.
The electronic speed signs.
Yeah.
Derek, did all of them come with solar panels, you know?
Yes.
Okay.
I asked all of them, and
Oh.
they have a software that you can put on your cell phone and get all the data from.
Better.
There you go.
We got 4.
Mhm.
Very good. All right. You guys have anything else for old business?
The other thing, copiers have been coming in, being installed.
I think they're all in.
Well, we had a couple snags with them being too big to fit in a couple spots, so.
Senior center.
Yeah, and I guess the town clerk.
But instead of having an external finisher, she has an internal finisher,
Okay,
and that's it.
okay.
So
So she has hers then.
Mhm.
She just had to do a little
So
change.
are we done now, except for senior center?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Everybody seems to be very happy.
I have one.
Fire department has
We
this.
had ours delivered today.
Okay.
Delivered to Bob Marley.
Yeah,
Anyway,
it's,
Yeah, Bob Marley, that's our nickname, a nickname for our old copier.
always
Jamie?
Yeah.
So that means you're not gonna get any more gray hairs.
Oh,
So-
I'm sorry?
So you're not gonna get any more gray hairs from that machine no more.
Yes, no, they'll come from other things, but the copier hopefully not, yes.
yeah, they haven't networked theirs because they don't have a network to it, so they're going to put a network in there, and then they'll be ready, network ready.
Very good.
We're gonna run some Cat5 cable and make that all set, so. These are leased machines, correct?
Mhm. Yes.
Okay, because this
Yep.
one we did.
All you have
notice
to
with-
do is buy paper.
Okay, all right, because we did notice when we booted ours on that it, you know, it has some time on it, it's not new. So I didn't know if that was part of it, but it's got
Supposed to be
20.
brand new, right?
Well, yeah, I would think so.
Yeah, I can let you know, but I mean, I think when we hooked it up, I think it had like 20,000 copies on it already. So, you know, it came with, it was not full with product. It's down like 50% from when it was
Yeah.
delivered today. So I didn't know it's because if it's a lease, they just give you equipment that's come through the line. But I don't believe it is, I mean, it looks nice and everything like that, but I don't actually believe it's a new unit.
Okay.
So, all right.
We may wanna
I'll look
check
into
the,
that.
we may wanna check the other ones, cause they look exactly identical, so, and, you know, not trying to open up a can of worms or anything, but we did notice that when we did it in the history, we looked at the history, and it had already had thousands of copies on that particular unit, so.
Okay.
Okay, good catch.
Carrie, have you noticed? You?
I didn't look at the counter or anything, I just said, ooh, new copy, let's.
New copy, it works.
About the toner, should we each, like, if I've got one in my office, should I supply an extra toner? Should I order an extra toner to keep under there, or how are we doing that?
No, don't buy any toner.
You don't buy anything, you just let them know.
You buy paper, that's it.
Right, but I guess my point is, when it runs out of toner, do I have to wait a week until the toner comes in? I mean, I like to keep like a toner.
Like keeping extras.
Yeah, for when it
I
runs
mean,
out.
we can ask, but it should let you know when it's getting low.
Oh, okay.
And that's when you'd wanna order, you know, so maybe when it's at 10 or 15%, I'm not sure, but
And then is there a centralized, do we just go to Karen, or do we have like a?
I would probably go
Call.
through Karen, right?
Yeah, go to Karen.
Yeah.
Sure, Karen. If you have somebody you want me to.
Well, I think
if you have a
it'll just
contact,
be easier if
I'll-
there's one
Yeah.
point of contact, I
Yeah.
think, right?
Yeah,
Not a problem.
we'll talk, Karen.
What do you mean, I'm gonna shove it over to Jim?
All right, so we got that. So the copiers are done, they look good. It seems like everybody's pretty happy. We get rid of those dinosaurs that were in here.
Yeah, they took them away too, it's not what. we
Yeah,
have to
he made a
dispose.
comment, he's like, yeah, I can't even use these for parts, nobody even uses these things anymore. He's like, they're completely
I
worthless.
was a little disappointed to see them take it away. I had other plans for mine. We had had a off and on relationship for years. We were gonna dispose of it in a different way.
The problem is we're having back and forth dialogue with
Yeah,
it,
well,
was it
you know,
talking back to you
all
yet?
my bill returns and it's ripped up over the years. I figured I'd have some payback, but they took it away, so they don't really want to deal with it.
It's probably gonna be.
Yeah.
Try to go live with the fire truck or something?
Carrie still has hers, she can take hers and do it with it.
No, I have plans for that.
You got attached, right?
That's it, yes.
Separation anxiety.
It's a love-hate relationship.
All right, so I guess old business. Oh, one of the things we're talking about is, we were going through the offices today. Me and Karen took a walk through, seeing how we could better organize the building, because right now we have empty offices, but there's junk in them. And that junk belongs to different departments, but there's multiple offices with little bits of junk from every office. If we can consolidate all that junk into that department's office, instead of having it spread throughout the building, that would free up some offices that we can utilize for other things. One of the plans is, because I know the historical commission was looking for a room. And we actually have a back room that we just had the ceiling painted in the back of the building, and it's actually a good sized room, and we put historical in that building, not that building, but that room. So they would have a dedicated room to themselves, because we also have a lot of stuff that's going into that department. We have cabinets here, filing cabinets that need to go over there, bunch of books that were here on a bookshelf that are no longer in use at all, and other things that we can kind of allocate over there, so they could preserve those items. The room next to that, we're also looking at using as an archive room. So we can get rid of the junk that's in there, set up shelving all throughout that room, and use that as an archive room. Move up all the files and folders and everything from the departments to to be able to secure those files in one centralized location. Yes, Carrie?
I just wanna ask, so we currently have stuff in the
I know.
concrete room in here? Is that not better because of fire, resistance in there than, because all the stuff is paper?
Mhm.
I don't know, so, I'm just asking.
So what we're looking at is, to be honest, if the building catches on fire, none of it's safe,
Yeah,
you know? What we're looking at is moving the voter registration stuff, because Nancy has to secure all her voter stuff. And that's kind of spread around in different areas. And if we can use that room to lock all the voter information in, that would be a good room for that. And then that would clear out the room downstairs, which is the old Boy Scout room, and we can utilize that room for Parks and Recreation. Because we all know, walking through the building, there's Christmas trees throughout this building that all could just be put in one area, and Parks has stuff in some of the exits in the gymnasium, blocking the exits, which we gotta clear up. We shouldn't have exits blocked up. So that stuff from the haunted house, all that stuff can go in one area, give them an area. It's also so they can just pull up with a truck and load stuff in there. And it brings them closer to the gymnasium for a lot of the stuff that's upstairs to do that, so we can free up some more offices. But it seems like, again, we have a little bit from everybody all over the building. And we kind of need to get rid of what we don't need, throw it in the dumpsters. If you have broken chairs that are just sitting there, which we see everywhere, I don't know why people never wanted to throw away anything, but there's broken chairs, there's broken desks that can't be used anymore, there's all kinds of stuff that just is not useful anymore, and it's just taking up space, and we can get rid of that. So we'll have to get on the departments to really look at what they don't need anymore and what is broken, and get it into the dumpsters. That's what we brought the dumpsters here, is to clean out all this stuff, so we have room. I know one of the major complaints throughout the building is, we don't have room. Well, if we get rid of some of this junk, we'll have room. So I think that's something we have to reiterate to all the employees, is to start going through your stuff and look through these rooms. I know I have some stuff for both chiefs up in rooms upstairs, that you guys probably should be doing whatever you guys do with it. And then the other thing is, we have the old street lights that were on the bridge, that are down in the Boy Scout room. And a good thing for those is if we can have the high school take those and refurbish those lights, because they're the old, real nice lights, and I'd hate to just see them go in a dumpster somewhere. It'd be good to be able to preserve those lights and maybe put them down in the center of town along the park. Maybe we can get an electrical drop and some poles put in, and then they could put the lights on the poles along the walkway down there. So, you could probably look into that too, if you're good with that.
Oh, yeah, I'm good.
Okay, we can get with Parks on that, see if that's something that they could utilize along that walkway.
Do you want Mr. Dusty to handle that?
Yeah, if we could reach out to the school and see if they'll refurbish them, maybe do LED lights in them, strip the paint off, repaint them, to preserve them, and put new electrical work in them, because it's a lot of it's older stuff, so we can't just put it up there with the stuff that's in there. So what else was that? And then Jim Dusty, he had some people coming in doing some, looking at some of the brickwork and stuff today.
Yeah.
So he's working on that. And then also, the cap for the back there, BJ approved it, said, yeah, it's fine. And they're gonna put that slab back there to cover up the old boxing ring area. There's an open cap there and the concrete's kinda crumbling, so they're gonna pour a new pad on it to seal it up so the water's not getting into the building, because right now water can get into the building. So they're working on that also.
BJ's the
And that-
building inspector,
BJ is the building inspector, a building commissioner.
building commissioner.
She is the building commissioner.
Ooh.
So don't call her an inspector. So, official title is commissioner. What else? So that's being done. I think that's about it.
Progress on the police station?
Oh, yep. So the progress on the police station. Chief, did you want to give us an update on what's going on over there? You were the
Sure.
last one in there. Come on up, sir.
Derek and I were there today.
All
Met
right.
with the electrician.
If you want to sit down, sir, and please identify yourself.
Sure. Jerry Millette, Warren Police Chief. All the studs are up. They finished that today. We met with the electrician to know where the electrical's going, all the IT drops. We set all that up with him today, so it's moving along pretty well.
Very good. All right. Hopefully they can get all their electrical in there soon. Those guys look, we did talk to the electricians and they seem very eager to get in there and start working, and get their stuff done.
It's the same guy who put these.
Yeah.
And by the way, we did finally get our outlets put in here, so we could all plug in our laptops and not have to cross lines all over each other and running extension cords everywhere, which is a little unsafe, because I've tripped a couple times with the extension cords. But, yeah, it definitely looks good.
Yeah.
And they put a outlet in behind the TV also, so we don't have an extension cord running for that either, so.
So he's raring to go. He's got all the plans ready. The only thing I have to get with him is I forgot about those 2 telephone lines. We have a backup telephone because all our phones work on internet, their IP address. So if you lose the internet or you lose your phone, so we have a backup phone for the PD that's on a regular phone line as well as our fax line.
Okay. Alright. Have you thought about doing a cellular phone line just in case if you lose because they're not gonna service the copper lines.
Oh, for the, I don't know how are they gonna do the fax machines and all that? If they're not,
I work off of a cellular, phone line, and it's just like a regular phone, you pick up the phone and dial.
Or you could do like a cloud fax service too, where you get a phone number.
Yep.
And they fax it to the phone number, and then you get the fax in an email. You can't fax out as easily though, I guess.
Well, you gotta.
yeah, we get stuff
fax.
from Cordair all day long.
Yeah.
Do you
So
need
it's
to
a
fax
centralized-
back out though?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So we have to fax back out to the court too.
Nah, all right.
So we could have a fax from a court from Boston somewhere that we have to serve somebody here. And then once we serve them here, we have to fax it back out to them.
Yeah, okay.
So I think is, yeah, if they put the copper or whatever in there, if your line, get your phone line in there for now, if we ever lose it, we could always explore another option.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
the good thing is, there's actually cell reception there, right?
Right.
Because
Yeah.
West Warren has cell reception.
Yes, I have full bars there.
Yeah.
Right now I have nothing over here.
Right.
Well, I have Verizon, and when I go in the building, I have 0 reception.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I have
Into the police
I have
station?
full bars.
Yeah.
The new.
Verizon's tough
As
for-
soon as I go
Well,
in,
it is,
0.
it's basically a concrete box.
Yeah.
So, that building's built to last.
I think there might be an AT&T antenna on one of those smokestacks. That's
Yeah.
why AT&T comes in.
AT&T is
all
good
the-
over there,
Yeah.
but Verizon is not good.
Mm.
So Verizon, if you're listening to us, please,
Get on the tower over there.
Get on the tower. Okay. You have any questions about the police department?
No.
Eric, you have anything out there on police?
Well, I've been there almost daily, checking out the guys, everything has been very smooth. Now it's, the turn of the electric guy to put their stuff, so the guys can go back and cover those walls and keep going.
Insulate, sheet rock, make sure your plumbing's in first.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's a good design, it looks good, you did a really good job.
Thank you, sir.
And-
Plumbing's minimal with one sink they have to do right.
Yeah,
Everything else
very,
is in.
Yeah, because the two
Bathrooms
male,
are already-
female restrooms already there,
Yep.
all they gotta do is clean them up. So, but yeah, looking good,
Yep.
okay. Anything else, Chief?
Not that I remember, anything you can think of?
no, well, you brought the glass. And
Oh, yeah, they cut that in.
Ballistic glass?
Ballistic glass for the front lobby
For
there.
the lobby, that's,
Okay, very good.
they cut all the window, they have a little slot for people to slide their keys or
Paperwork, yeah.
IDs and everything.
Very good.
We're getting there.
Yep.
All right. All right, I think we're good. Thank you very much for the update, Chief.
You got it.
And I don't think I have anything else for old business.
I have one more, if you may.
Sure.
I got the statistics from Town Alert.
Okay.
So at this point, more than 250 people have downloaded to their phones. So they receive the alerts. And about 30 people have in town from the boards have the possibility to send alerts.
Okay.
So I encourage them, if you need to send an alert, a message to all the residents, use it. If you still feel a little afraid of it, let me know and I'll show you, it's very easy. Chief Millet sent some fire the other way there, it looked really good.
Huh, the pole.
Oh,
The poles that got on
Yeah,
fire, so
that
it
was
was
good.
really good.
And Jim McKeon's been using it a lot.
Oh, he likes it, he's posting his weather alerts and
Yeah.
all that, and it's good.
Very good. All right. Get the message out to the residents. It's all about. All right, so, new business. Jeremy? So, Jeremy Olson from the Highway Department, for the snow and ice deficit spending. He would like to inform all members that after the last snowstorm on February 25th, being the 27th snowstorm
We've had,
and ice event of the winter season, we will be in deficit spending in our snow and ice amount now. So
And then he's had
deficit spending, huh?
2 since then.
Huh?
He's had 2 storms since then, ice storms.
Yes, so, all right, no more snow. I think we're all done with winter right now and wanna move on to spring, growing season. All right, anything else for new business? Rich?
So I was gonna ask the board what they thought. I'd be willing to look into Microsoft Office training for employees if they wanna take that, so they could learn Excel a little better, learn Word a little better. I mean, that's the only 2 things that are probably used. My thought was something like Quabog Quabog Valley CDC, which is in Ware. They do training. Northeast IT may do training. I'm not sure if they do that in-depth training, but I thought, maybe offering
Yeah.
employees that if they wanna beef up their skills a little bit,
Yeah, I think it's a
I'll be
great
happy to
idea.
look into
I
it.
think it's a must.
Yeah,
We gotta do that.
yeah.
All right.
I know I'm rusty. I'd like to take it. Just
Now we
don't
know
have
about
an
the little
Ask
blue-
me to grab and move an item over. It may take a bit. But yeah, no,
And I actually thought of that before we were doing that.
yeah, I know.
You just confirm.
You're like, oh my God, this is painful, I need to get him some training.
I'm not picking on you.
But yes, I think
Okay,
it's a
I'll
great
look into it
idea,
and just
yeah.
see what's
See what
available.
we can do.
Yeah.
And a lot of times they can do that stuff for free or whatever, and, whatever.
Or
Yeah.
we pick our best 2 or 3, and then they come and train the rest.
What do you mean?
You pick 2 or 3 people that can learn and are good teaching,
Oh, I see,
And then they can spread it out in
Okay.
the building.
Makes
Yeah.
us rest. Yeah, whatever, if you can look at it, see how
Yeah.
you'd like to do it.
Okay.
Yes,
I just would recommend the CDC. I worked there before I came to work here, and back then, it was like 12 years ago, but they did a really good job.
I was gonna say, well, you could be a teacher then.
Ooh.
Yeah, I already know, but I,
We have an in-house.
send them over, yeah. Just send them over. That's great, yep.
You wanna learn PowerPoint, go see Karen.
So they do operate though a lot on grants.
Right.
The CDC, so they
Yeah.
may, there may be some kind of, it can't hurt to talk to somebody over there. I don't even know who's over there anymore, but,
Sheila Cuddy.
is Sheila still there?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
she's great, she'll
Yeah.
set you right up, yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Okay.
Sounds
Then
great.
whoever wants to do it, how they do it, see if you can set something up.
Can
You
use
go
one of the
there.
empty rooms in
You can
here,
do it there, or
yeah.
come here, and everybody has laptops,
Yeah,
so we can sit down in our laptops and do it.
yeah.
That's pretty much how they did it over there too. Have a bunch of laptops that they'd set up for a class, people would come in and then, but I think they do on-site stuff too.
Okay,
Again, back then, that was quite a while ago, but.
very good.
Now it's probably online.
Yeah, and then we can see, we might have to hold a couple sessions depending on how big
Yeah.
the turnout is, because, I don't know, fire and police wanna get on board with it and learn it too.
I definitely could use some touch-up on Excel, so, yeah, it's been a while. I use it, but, you know, not proficient.
It's painful.
Yeah, it's painful.
I feel for you, Chip,
Yeah.
I feel for you. So I'm not the best at it, all right?
Oh, was this directed at you?
Yes. It just happened to come up as we were trying to work on an issue earlier.
And everybody.
So, yes. All right, anything else for new business?
I don't think so.
Derek?
No, sir.
Karen? No? Okay. I don't know if we're gonna do new business where we introduce Jim.
Sure,
Wanna introduce Jim?
sure.
I wanna introduce Jim.
I want to,
All
yes.
right, let's introduce Jim.
Put him in the hot
Jim,
seat.
come on up, get up in the hot seat. Tell us who you are. I'm sure we've been getting a lot of questions on who the guy in the suit is sitting in the back seat in the room, so.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, thank you, members of the board. My name's Jim Ferrera, and I'm really excited to be your new town administrator here, for the town of Warren. It's an honor and a privilege to serve in this position, and I look forward to meeting everybody in town, including the residents and everybody here at the town hall.
Very good, and we are very excited to have you on board, Jim. Thank you very much for coming to our community and helping us out here, and we all look forward to being able to work closely with you. And as we've been talking with you in conversations, we have a lot of work for you to do. There's a lot ahead of us all.
I'm really excited about that.
We've been putting in countless hours on trying to get everything done, and we just can't do it alone. And thank you very much for being a part of our town.
It's an honor and a privilege to serve.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, so everybody, Mr. Jim Ferrara, our new town administrator.
Thank you.
Huh?
Starting.
He will be starting on
March 14th.
March 14th. Right now, he's here.
I'll
We've
be-
worked out
Yeah, I'll
all his
be,
details. He's still in processing, but his official start date is March 14th.
and I'll be around before then too, so in case anybody has any questions, I'm always available. I do plan on attending a couple of events coming up in town.
Very good. Good. It's good to see. I
Yeah.
love your eagerness.
Thank you.
It's good to have. All right. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you,
Jim.
Mr. Chairman.
Okay, anything else?
No.
All good?
I'm good.
All right. So, no more new business. Comments and concerns. Do we have any comments and concerns?
I don't, sir.
Okay.
Just wanted
Yes,
to
sir.
inform the board, one quick thing. We had kind of a nice moment yesterday. We swore in the first two members of our junior firefighter program that the board was very supportive of, kind of thinking outside the box and looking for ways for recruitment for us for the future. We had the superintendent Castigian from the school system joined us, Principal Duff joined us, and Representative Smola, who has been very supportive of our initiative in Quabog Regional School District with our Intro to Fire and EMS class. That's a class that we teach every day up at the school for about an hour plus with the students, and two of them now have joined us as our first junior firefighters. We do have two more that are looking to get on here, so we're looking to allow us to capture and keep them entertained as they turn at the age 18 where they can become full members. You know, it was, in the past, we've kind of had to tell them that, you know, come back and see us in a year and a half, and then they don't because they haven't seen us for a year and a half. So, you know, we've kind of lost that opportunity in the past, and with the support of the board, town council, the school committee, the school administration, and certainly Representative Smola, we've been able to tie all that together. We've been able to get the program approved, and we got them sworn in yesterday afternoon, so we're looking forward to that, but I just wanted to give the board an update that is rolling forward, and we're hoping it'll be a successful program. So.
Very good, and we're glad to see it, you know, and it's amazing how, you know, you've brought this program to us and seen it right from the beginning, and now you're getting these junior firefighters into the program, and it's paying off. And yeah, I've seen both the young gentlemen that you brought on, and they seem very happy, very eager, and it's gonna be great to see how they grow within the community.
Yeah, and it was well received. I mean, we've already had other people from other surrounding communities reach out, asking if their children can be part of it. Saw the Facebook posts and stuff, so, you know, we've had people come forward with different questions, and, you know, whether or not, you know, so we've had other departments that have already called asking how we did the program and what the group, so it's gaining speed, you know, and steam going, you know, so I suspect that you're gonna see more departments start to do these types of things, because we're all in the same boat. We're all facing, you know, a very small staff, you know, and people are just not knocking on our doors like they used to join. So, you know, I think there's a lot of communities out there that are gonna look at some of these, you know, initiatives to see if they can take advantage of them too. So, thank you to the board for the support.
It's all you, Chief. You did a great job, and thank you very much.
I give credit
for
to
doing it.
the guys at the station. You know, they've taken that program under their wing and they run with it, and, you know, we've all worked together to write up the procedures and the plans and everything else, so, you know, I give a lot of credit to them, because, you know, I here to push it to you guys and get the approval, but they do a ton of work behind the scenes, and, you know, they deserve the credit there, because, you know, it's on them every day. They get up, and the first thing they do, without any compensation or anything, it's just an additional thing they do with their daily work, is they go to the school and they teach, you know, and then they come back, so.
And I can testify of that, because I drop my kid at Quabog, and every morning I see that ambulance coming into the parking lot.
Yeah.
And I know why they're there,
Yep,
to
it's huge.
teach.
Yep, it's huge, and I mean, like I said, that's a huge commitment. It's not, you know, I do the SAFE program a lot in the elementary school, and I'm there a lot, but I mean, that's a couple times a month, you know. This is every day that they go up there and do that class. So, you know, it's a
Very good.
lot of work behind the scenes.
Very good. And thank you very much, and thank you for all the firefighters taking part in that, and anybody else that's helping out that program. It's definitely something that's gonna help the town and set a lot of our youth in the right direction. And thank you very much. And it'd be great if you can replicate it within other towns too.
Well, like I said, I think I've already talked to a couple of colleagues from other places that are kind of looking and were watching, and, you know, through the windows to see how it was gonna play out, and, you know, so I expect those kind of things to continue, and you know what, that's great. I'm more than happy to take those calls, and, you know, because I learn from others too. So, I mean, it's just something that you do, you know, people, you know, come up with these types of things, and no one wants to reinvent the wheel. They just wanna shape it accordingly to their community, you know?
Well, very good. Did you have anything else?
No, that's it, thank you.
Yes.
How does one apply if they want to?
So they can contact the station. We have a full application package that they need to fill out with waivers, other things, query checks, you know, that kind of stuff that we do have to do behind the scenes. But we're more than happy. They just call us at the station. We'll be more than happy to guide them in the right direction and, get them all the paperwork they need. We're looking at each and individual, especially ones that are out of town. I mean, they have to be obviously within a certain distance of Warren. I mean, we have to have a commitment of some kind to do that, but, if they have ties to Warren, they have family in Warren, they spend a lot of time in Warren, we're more than happy to look at each individual application, decide if that's a person that we can take on, and we're both gonna be, get a beneficial, reaction to the program, I guess I would say. So, we just wanna make sure, we can't take everybody on, I mean, we certainly need to make sure the person is here most of the time, to be able to benefit from it. So, but we're happy to look at each and individual, application. If they're a nearby surrounding community, they're in close proximity to Warren, then I'm happy to take a look and talk to them. So
And minimum age 16?
16, have to be at least 16 years of age, which is
Okay.
approved by town council. So anybody 16 and above, it could be eligible for that program.
All right.
Very good. Any other questions?
No.
Sure.
No, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. All right, well, thank you very much again, Chief.
Thank you.
All right. Any other new business? Well, any other comments and concerns? No? Anybody on Zoom? Any comments and concerns? Going once? Going twice? Nobody from Zoom. All right. Moving on. So next meeting date is,
10th.
you didn't put in, the 10th?
10th.
Okay. So the next meeting date is on March 10th, 2022, and it will be a start time of 6 PM. And we'll also be offering Zoom as usual, as an alternative, along with the in-person meeting. And people are welcome to attend in person our meetings. They don't have to be afraid to come in the building. They can come in.
We don't bite. We're very friendly.
Well,
He's
I
being
heard there were
friendly,
incidents. Hey, yeah. Most of us don't bite. But, yes, you are definitely welcome to come in and attend our meetings. We'd love to have you here and see you and hear from you. And as of the 14th, Jim Ferreira, he will be here also to answer any questions and be available to the residents. And feel free to come in and talk to him also. He is very easy to talk with and very inviting. So feel free to strike up a conversation with him. Okay. So I guess we're at that point in the night.
Motion to adjourn?
That's where we're at.
Second,
All in favor?
Rich Hacker, aye.
Derek Bailey's aye.
David Dufresne, aye. We are adjourned. Thank you very much.
Okay.